Welcome to InTuneDeep Tarot. Thank you for tuning in. We are going to do an energy check-in to see what the energy is like. I feel like at this point in time, with the current cosmos energy that you've been feeling, those intuition clues, there are going to be some people who are going to be coming back, and we're going to check in to see what their intentions are. And usually for no contact or people who are coming back, I always use my zombie tarot because essentially it was something that was dead and now there are people who are trying to come back. So let's see, your person who is either going to be coming back, has tried to reach out. Maybe you haven't talked to them, but you've seen some messages come through, emails come through, phone numbers, people asking about you through other people. Let's see what the intentions are with these people. For the people who will come in contact with this reading, what are the intentions of the people who have left, haven't spoken in a while, these people who are coming back, these zombies, so to speak? What are their intentions? What are their intentions? Please hit the subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to grow my channel. And if you feel like this resonates with you and you feel inclined to leave a tip, my information for my payments, PayPal, Zelle, I believe also my Cashapp, you can leave me a tip. I'll be greatly appreciated. And for whoever leaves me a tip, I wish you back tenfold or multitudes. No limits here. So let's just pull on the energy to see what comes out. For the person who's trying to come back, I'm gonna get a couple cards out. Couple more cards. We have some interesting cards. Bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor card. This card indicates that maybe this person has something to hide, has hidden stuff in the past, and also wants control of what is seen about them. This could be someone who has a lot of skeletons in their closet. Could be someone who is very guarded. Can be someone who could be, hey, hiding a child. But this person does not want you to get through. So this is someone who may not be the most vulnerable person, and that's something that could have been one of the factors in the relationship or the connection or situationship. It doesn't have to be, you know, anything serious or a committed relationship, but whoever you were connecting with, this is the energies that I'm receiving and the vibe that I'm getting for whoever I may be speaking to or speaking about. There was definitely a spark between the two of you. This person is still very much interested in you. But this person could have had you in a third-party situation. This could have been a situation where there was a lot of difficulty. As you can see, it's a snowy mountain here, and there could have been, you know, someone who could have triangulated, which means get other people involved, and which caused conflict. It could be a third-party situation where they could have been talking to you or talking to other people, which caused you to have some sort of awakening, which gave you ultimately a choice. This person didn't have very stable energy. This person was possibly extremely emotionally either unavailable or emotionally immature. couldn't manage their emotions. Very, very confused, or could have confused you. This person has not changed. And there's someone who still bears a lot of burden. You know, they could have caused burden, and there's still someone who actually still carries that. And at the bottom of the deck right now, we have like something that has been deaded. So it could have been you that walked away from a situation and they feel really down and out about it. This person has very in and out kind of energy and still, again, hasn't changed. But for some reason, I feel like they want to appear to change. And if you can see this in the upright position, it's like a zombie who's dead, who's trying to hold a hand up to say hi. But, you know, it showed up in reverse. So I feel like this person doesn't really have the best of intentions. And I feel like you're wondering if this person has changed any, and they really haven't. There's still immaturity here. Even though they may come back and show themselves as being emotional, I think in their time of silence, they've really had a lot of time to reflect on why the two of you are no longer connected. When they should have been healing, I think that they're still just kind of reflecting on the events. And that's why they're trying to take a leap of faith to come toward you. This person also wants to come in to check in to see if you are single still. This is something that could really bother them, or could really haunt their mind, and they've really sat with that truth and seen that that's something that could really bother them. The Four of Cups here indicates that this person, when you were connecting with them, could have came off as very, very bored in the connection, and you were connected, but they were distracted by other things, and that really was one of the factors that possibly caused this connection to collapse. But they would also have this side to them where they could be very charming, very soft, very, you know, offering emotion, very romantic. But ultimately, this person came with a lot of baggage. They possibly overthought. They were guarded, could have been stingy, but tried to always appear as if they were stable. But and also, I'm getting the message that they could have also always threatened to walk away and to leave the connection. I'm also hearing in my head that someone has lied about a lot of things and you caught them in a lot of lies. This person is not ready for any kind of commitment, if you're wondering that by any chance. They're just someone who seemingly is manipulative and plays games. Someone who sabotages themselves, sabotages connections, but come off, again, we have the Ace of Wands twice, comes off as they're very, very interested, but will leave you very confused. This person holds back a lot of thoughts, and you may have picked up on that because no one's intuition lies. You could have picked up on someone's character that wasn't so nice, but it was always like when you caught that about them, they could have always tried to temper it down, try to always put out the fire. Someone could have been a fake crier also here, I'm seeing. Using emotions to be manipulative and always trying to sweep things under the rug. Again, we have the Emperor and something moving forward. So someone was always trying to control the speed, the trajectory of the relationship because they always had to be in the driver's seat, so to speak. This person wants to come forth and say something. They want to have a conversation. Let's get another deck to see what they want to actually say. What does this person have to say, possibly? I'm going to pull out a few cards because this isn't a one-size-fits-all reading. This is a collective reading. So let's see what are some of the things that this person wants to come back and say. What are their intentions? Someone wants to come back and possibly tell you all the emotions that they've gone through. And some of them want to come back and tell you how great their life is and how they've been partying and having all this success. And, you know, they've manifested and worked hard for a really hard life. But this is also the Magician, which is a trickster. Somebody just wants to appear a certain way, but it's all smoke and mirrors. Someone's going to be holding back from some truths. We have the Strength card here once again. And we also have someone who wants to come off as if they are sorry and has all these emotions. We have the King of Cups here twice as well. Someone who wants to appear as if they're in over their head with emotions and they miss you so much. But if this person is no longer in your life, they walked away or you walked away, there clearly was something that was horrible enough to walk away. Or in some cases that people just weren't ready for serious commitment. But either way, there was a disconnect. This person wants to come in and cool down, thinking that time has helped heal the situation, but that's not always something true. But they're not quite sure how you'll take this. It could be either way. And ultimately, this card is indicating that you have the control on how you handle this situation. Again, the King of Swords, sorry, the King of Cups is here, and they really do have a message for you. I do partly feel like they are going to hold back on their pride and take this leap of faith to still come toward you full force, fast, impulsive. And they may end up revealing that they do have love for you. And I also get that this person has been spying, maybe spying on you online. If you don't have online presence or social media, this person has been asking about you, going to the places where you frequent, possibly riding by, driving past your home. Because this person ultimately either wants to win you over, win in some sort of way, but I feel like it's a lot of ego. It's like while this person has issues with their ego and it can become very toxic, it's almost like they do know what's wrong. They have reflected on why it is that the two of you are no longer speaking. The Hermit is here twice. All right. Let me just clean this up and get a couple oracles. Be very careful. You know, ultimately you will know what it's like or what it feels like if you feel like someone is lying to you. If someone is having that in and out energy. If someone is a repeat offender with your energy, that means that you got to believe them. People who truly love you will definitely not put you in a position that will make you feel hurt. Get a couple oracles here. Twin flames. At one point or another, you could have felt like this person balanced you out. Yin yang, zen, union, duality, coupling, complement each other. But here we have not enough to follow that. Frustrated in relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear, and ego issues. I did pick up on that ego and jealousy. Bottom of the deck, we have not today. Not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, call, person, boundaries, and still angry. So you may still be angry. This person may be angry. So you have a right to not have to connect with anyone, especially if they've hurt you in a really bad way. Let's get a message from Spirit to see what we need to focus on instead of focusing on people who could have hurt us in the past. Let's get an oracle message. We have the Healing Lagoon. Rejuvenate, recovery, time to heal. It's safe to stop. You deserve to have some time to yourself and to heal what bothers you, what bugs you. You get to have a point where you can just kind of rest and just focus on yourself and no one else. And we also have here cleansing. Releasing the old, energetic tune-up, and new beginning. So this new beginning can be you taking care of yourself, self-love, self-care, healing what is hurting you, taking some time. This could be you going to therapy, you spending more time in nature, reflecting on the things that hurt you, or paying attention to your triggers. that's all I have for you today. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you're looking for a personal reading, that information will be in the description box. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I appreciate all your views and all your interactions with my channel. Like and follow for more.